Hey bitch, and welcome back to another Unsolved and Unkempt video. Now today is not horsey related, okay, but probably one of the most interesting unsolved mysteries in the world, in my opinion. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't believe in aliens. That's totally fine. I'm 100% on the alien train. I fully believe that it's impossible for us to be alone in the universe, and I absolutely believe that there is other intelligent life out there. So get your tack, girlfriend, get your tack. If you are interested in extra content from me, you can become a channel member here on YouTube or check out my Patreon account. The link is in the description down below. Today we are talking about SKINWALKER Ranch, one of the most infamous paranormal hotspots and unsolved mysteries in the entire world. SKINWALKER Ranch is located in the Uinta Basin in northeastern Utah. It is a 512-acre property known for decades and decades of unexplained phenomena occurring on the property. This wide range of bizarre occurrences includes UFO sightings, strange orbs and lights seen in the sky, electromagnetic disturbances, and a series of mysterious animal mutilations and disappearances, which is what we are going to be focusing on today. I know lots of people have made videos about SKINWALKER Ranch. There's movies about it. There are TV shows about it. You can go and look up all the other alien activity that you're interested in knowing about. However, for the purposes of today's video, we're just going to be going over the mysterious animal mutilations and disappearances that happened on this property. Named after the Navajo legend of SKINWALKER, which is a shape-shifting witch, this ranch rose to prominence in the 1990s when the Sherman family had reported a series of disturbing incidents involving bulletproof wolves. Yeah, you heard that right. Disappearing livestock and anomalous lights. All of these reports attracted the interest of the scientific research group NIDS, which is the National Institute for Discovery Science, founded by aerospace mogul Robert Bigelow. Despite years of investigations by scientists, government-funded programs, and independent researchers, the strange events at SKINWALKER Ranch still remain largely unexplained. Animal mutilations and disappearances happen in many more places that are not SKINWALKER Ranch all around the world. If you guys saw my last video, which is an Unsolved and Unkempt as well, it was on the 2020 horse mutilations and deaths. A lot of these animals disappear or are mutilated, and it's most often livestock, and this happens all around the world and nothing is ever caught on camera. That to me is incredibly suspicious, especially when these mutilated animals end up with very similar injuries cross species. It is very, very interesting. So let's get into it. In the 1970s, all of the Uinta Basin, including areas around SKINWALKER Ranch, had reports of cattle mutilations. Ranchers started discovering their livestock with precise surgical incisions, missing organs, and the absence of blood at the scenes. These incidents were among the earliest signs of unexplained animal deaths in this region. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have been to the Uinta Basin. I certainly have, and it is extremely vast. There's not that many people there. The idea that there would be people, a group of people, just going around attacking these animals using surgical precision to remove organs makes literally no sense at all. In autumn of 1994, the Sherman family had purchased the ranch and had moved onto the property that same day. They encountered later that day a massive wolf-like creature walking on the property. The animal approached them calmly and allowed them to pet it. I don't know if I'd be wanting to pet it, okay? I'm not really a big dog person anyway, but I mean, if a wolf came up to me, like, girl, what? Suddenly, it attacked one of the family's calves and attempted to drag it through the corral bars. Terry Sherman, the father, grabbed his gun and shot the creature multiple times with his .357 Magnum. These bullets had no effect on the wolf-like creature at all. It still continued attacking one of their calves and attempting to drag it through the bars. Guys, he was shooting This creature, and I say creature because it definitely wasn't a freaking wolf, okay? He was shooting it at point blank range. He reported that he literally walked right up to the animal and shot it directly in the side, and it literally had basically no effect on it at all. Eventually, the wolf or creature had retreated, and its tracks mysteriously vanished when they went back and tried to track the animal to hunt it down and figure out what the hell just happened to them. Now, there was seemingly little to no activity for the Sherman family throughout their first winter on the property, but things really started to pick up come spring. In May of 1995, Terry Sherman, again the father, had observed blue orbs floating near the ranch. This happened multiple times over multiple days. One evening, when Terry let his 3 dogs out to chase an orb in the sky, the orb had led his 3 dogs into the woods. After his dogs did not return, he later found 3 greasy black lumps and scorched vegetation, aka remains, which he believed to be his dogs. Isn't that so crazy? I'm so sad that his dogs died, but it gets even crazier. For the rest of 1995 into 1996, the Sherman family had experienced a wide variety of cattle mutilations and disappearances on their property. They started thinking back about the first winter on the property when several cattle had vanished without a trace. You know how when suspicious things first start happening and you don't really think anything of it, you're like, oh, that's like a little weird, but whatever. But then it keeps happening and it becomes undeniable. And then you start thinking back at all the other times it's happened and you're like, oh no, this was going on at this point. The Sherman family had started tracking these instances. Whenever they suspected a cow of theirs was missing, they would try to track the tracks in the snow that were left behind by the missing cow. In one instance, the tracks in the snow led the family to an open field and then abruptly stopped out of nowhere. There were no signs of struggle and no signs of any predator involvement. So of course at this point, you know, they're probably pretty freaked out. If it wasn't for Utah being so gorgeous, I have a feeling that they probably would have picked up and ran. I don't sit around waiting. I'm very superstitious. And I believe in a lot of conspiracy theories. I am definitely not the type of person to sit around waiting for something bad to happen and just blowing off all the signs. One thing can happen and I'm out the door, okay? I'm like, no, I'm getting the heck out of here. Between 1995 and 1996, multiple cattle were found dead on their property with very unusual precision-like injuries. One cow had a hole cut in its left eyeball and another one had a 6-inch hole carved out of its rectum. Both cases exhibited a strange chemical smell, and absolutely no blood was present at any of the scenes. And that's if they even found the cows, because keep in mind, there were plenty of cows that vanished that were never found again. Oh, and I forgot to mention this, but predators did not seem to even want to touch any of the dead carcasses. Not even scavengers like coyotes, foxes, raccoons. They didn't even want to touch the dead animals. There were no signs of animal predation on dead cows at all. By this point, the Sherman family was feeling extremely uneasy, almost as if they were being consistently watched. Spring 1996, Terry and Gwen discovered that their 4 prized bulls had completely vanished from their pen. After a frantic all-day search, they found all 4 of their prized bulls crammed into a small trailer-like container on their property. The bulls were standing inside the container in a trance-like state. The door was secured and there were no signs of forced entry or disturbance around the trailer at all. One of the craziest things about this is all of this was documented the door still had cobwebs on it and locks as if it had never been opened in years. What? Is that not just the craziest thing ever? And you guys, if you've ever been around bulls, know they are not like these incredibly docile animals in small quarters. So the fact that all 4 of them were not panicked, they were in a very trance-like state inside this container, is so bizarre. The bulls only became agitated after Terry had banged on the container, which caused them to panic and damage the interior. The incident defied all logical explanations, as moving such large animals into this small confined space without any signs of struggle was basically impossible. Shortly after the bull incident, the family sold the place and got the heck out of there. Yeah, I'd get the flippin' heck out of Dodge too. I mean, I would have gotten out of there with the wolf incident, but that's just me. Now, SKINWALKER Ranch has been sold multiple times after the Sherman family. There are scientists, I believe, currently living there and studying the ranch, and have been since the Sherman family moved out. So when the Sherman family left the ranch, it's pretty much been owned by businesses and corporations since. What people suspect, at least the Native people that I know, most Native Americans in and around the area believe that the SKINWALKER is the one doing this to the ranch. They believe that the land was cursed. Some people in the UFO community believe that there is some sort of portal in the ridgeline on the property. And that's why there's so much activity in the skies. There are so many photos and videos of orbs and UFOs flying around. And then there are some people that think that it is a paranormal hotspot and that the SKINWALKER is real and that the aliens are real and that it's just all freaking real and there's crazy, crazy stuff happening there that just nobody really has the answers to. Okay, I am finished. I know you're gonna ask, have the animal mutilations and disappearances since stopped on the property? Actually, no, not at all. Even just in 2020, there was another animal mutilation on the property that was completely mysterious, made absolutely no sense. This cow showed no signs of trauma, and the cause of death could not be determined. Although they found radiation spikes around the cow's carcass, which added to this mystery. Every single animal disappearance or mutilation or interaction on this property seemingly makes absolutely zero sense to anybody, including the scientists that are currently working there now. I'm honestly of the opinion that all of this could be real. I am not the type of person to deny things just because I can't see it. I fully believe that there are things existing in the universe and in our reality that we can't make sense of and that we can't understand. I think the safest thing is to believe that we're never really going to know what's going on SKINWALKER Ranch. And that is why I think this mystery is always going to remain unsolved. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video on SKINWALKER Ranch. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you believe that it's the SKINWALKER? Do you believe that it's aliens? Or do you believe that it's all of the above? That we just don't know what the heck is going on there and we're probably never going to. Let me know in the comments down below, but I love you guys and I'll see you in my next video.